which actually would be a little easier, I think. Anyway, we do 10 in each category, and we do 4 categories. So next up is Pioneering Women in Politics. She studied chemistry before entering politics. This woman is known as the Iron Lady. She was the first female leader of the Conservative Party. Who knows? She served as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom for 11 years. 11. She, in fact, was the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. The Iron Lady. There you go. Got Susan. You got it. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was a transformative figure in British politics and the first woman to hold office of Prime Minister. Margaret Thatcher, Iron Lady. Iron Lady. I think the robots did pretty good with that one. Looks like her, right? Okay. More women in politics. Here we go. She was the daughter of the first Prime Minister of India. This woman led India during a period of significant political upheaval. Excuse me. She declared a state of emergency in India in 1975. Her leadership saw both praise and controversy, particularly for her centralizing power. She was a bit of an authoritarian, it sounds like. She was the first, and to date only, female Prime Minister of India. Who knows who this is? Who was the first and only woman Prime Minister of India? Anybody know? Any guesses? This is Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi was a pivotal figure. I almost got it. In Indian history, known for her strong and sometimes controversial leadership. All right. Next up, you'll know this one. She was trained as a physicist before entering politics. This woman was known for her pragmatic approach to leadership. She was the first female leader of her country. Another first. Who knows who this is? Her tenure saw her navigate the Eurozone crisis and the refugee crisis, which, of course, is ongoing. Who knows? Who's this? She was the Chancellor of Germany from 2005 to 2021. Long time, 2005. 21. Who is this? What's her name? Who knows? This is Angela Merkel. Angela Merkel. She was a key figure in European and global politics, serving as Chancellor of Germany for 16 years. Angela Merkel. Next up. She was born in the Ukraine and immigrated to the United States before moving to Israel. This woman was known for her strong will and straightforward manner. Straightforward manner. Another way of saying that. She served as a diplomat and later as Minister of Labor before rising to the top. She led Israel during the Yom Kippur War. Yom Kippur War. She was Israel's first and only female prime minister. Who knows who this one is? Israel's first and only female prime minister. You guys should know this one. Anybody got it? You ever hear of Golda Meir? Golda Meir? Golda Meir was a formidable leader and one of the world's first female heads of state, guiding Israel through challenging times. All right, you should know the next one. She was a distant cousin of her husband, who became president of the United States. This woman was an advocate for civil rights and women's rights. She was instrumental in drafting the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, whatever that is. She was instrumental. She served as the U.S. delegate to the United Nations after World War II. She was the longest serving First Lady of the United States. So that should be a good enough clue. Am I right? There's Arena coming in with the answer from the last one. Good job. Maybe we have slow internet back and forth. Who knows this one? You guys know this. That's right. This is Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor Roosevelt was a trailblazing first lady and a tireless advocate for human rights and social justice. Of course she was. Okay, number 6. These are women in politics. She was the daughter of a former prime minister of Pakistan. She was the daughter. This woman studied at Harvard and Oxford before returning to her home country. Brainiac. She survived multiple assassination attempts during her political career. Who knows this one? She led Pakistan during 2 non-consecutive terms as prime minister. It's kind of like maybe Trump. Non-consecutive. We will see. She was the first female prime minister of a Muslim majority country. This one's not Indira. Indira was earlier. We did Indira. This is Benazir Bhutto. That's not familiar? Benazir Bhutto was a significant figure in Pakistan's history, breaking barriers as a female leader in a predominantly Muslim country. Oh, you'll know the next one. She was the First Lady of Arkansas before becoming First Lady of the United States. This woman was a U.S. Senator from New York. She served as Secretary of State under President Barack Obama. Who knows this one? Everybody knows this one. She ran for president twice, winning the popular vote in 2016. Like ChatGPT was throwing that in there. She was the first woman to be nominated for president by a major political party. There you go. Everybody's good. That's right. This indeed is Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton has had a long and influential career in American politics, culminating in her historic run for president. Hillary Clinton. There she is. Robots did it. Okay, we've got three more influential women in politics. This lady was thrust into political spotlight after the assassination of her husband. She led a peaceful revolution that ousted a dictator. She restored democracy in her country after years of authoritarian rule. Her leadership inspired many in the struggle for freedom and democracy. Who knows who this is? Anybody, any guesses? She was the first female president of the Philippines. First female president of the Philippines. And she wasn't, is Melda Marcos? That's not who this is. She was the one with the shoes. This is Corazon Aquino. Corazon Aquino was a key figure in the people-powered revolution and became the first female president of the Philippines. Corazon Aquino. Learn something every day on Quick Bite History. That's right. Now, you may know this next one. She was involved in some controversy during the COVID. She worked as a researcher for a former New Zealand Prime Minister. This woman became the leader of her party at the age of 37. She was praised globally for her response to the Christchurch mosque shooting. Her leadership during COVID-19 pandemic was widely recognized. It's a nice way of putting it. She is the Prime Minister of New Zealand, known for her compassionate and inclusive leadership. Who knows her name? Anybody know? Who knows? The Prime Minister of New Zealand just recently out. Who knows? Jacinda Ardern. Jacinda Ardern. She celebrated for her empathetic and decisive leadership, making her one of the most respected leaders in the world. Last up, this lady was educated at Harvard University before returning to her home country. This woman served as the Minister of Finance before becoming president. She led her country through a post-Civil War recovery. She won a Nobel Peace Prize for her work in promoting women's rights. Who knows? Who knows who this is? Robots are doing an absolute stellar job today. Beautiful painting. Who knows who this is? Any guesses? She was the first female president of Liberia and the first elected female head of a state in Africa. This is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf made history as the first elected female head of state in Africa and was a champion for peace and women's rights. All right. So those ended up actually being harder than the gangsters. How about that? That was interesting. All right, well, we're halfway home, which means I need to load up a new video file to do our next two rounds.